Blessing and love, all light beings. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone who celebrates Thanksgiving. I wanted to talk a little bit about the energy surges that have been coming in. I've noticed that there's been some extreme energy surges where we may be inspired to do something and it sounds good at the moment, but then the next day, when the energy surge isn't there, we might not feel like doing what we had thought about the day before. So we have to be aware that these are taking place right now. Now, some people may say these have always taken place, but yes, they've always taken place, but not amplified like they are now, and not to the extent that they are now. So just be aware of this when you're making plans with other people, that you may not want to make commitments to people because the energy surges are coming in. You may feel like you want to do something, and then later on you may feel like you really don't want to do what you had wanted to do the day before. So just be aware of this. And also, the sensitivities have really increased. I've noticed I've always been sensitive, but being a psychic and a medium, I've always been extremely sensitive to everything, including, of course, energy. And I've noticed recently my own sensitivities have ramped up. So an example of this would be, I watched a movie the other day called Ascending Jupiter. And this movie is a sci-fi movie and kind of about how our Earth inhabitants here could have been placed on the Earth, and different realities and different star races, and how they interact with us and what's really going on. And it is a very interesting movie. It gives you a lot to think about as far as what's really going on here in this reality. But now, this movie doesn't really have any violence or anything in it. There's a lot of fighting scenes and stuff, but it isn't really violent. But anyway, I noticed after the movie was over, I was very drained because there is a lot of fighting scenes and things going on. So normally, some fighting scenes I don't mind as long as it's not bloody or violent in that sense. But this movie, I'm not sure. I think it's because it was very overstimulating to me. Became really too much for me, and I had to go into my sacred place, like I talk about a lot in my posts. I had to go into my sacred place and really detach from this after the movie was done. And it took me quite a few hours to detach from it. And so we're all becoming much more sensitive to everything around us. So now also take this into account on any holidays. If you have to be in large groups of people, or even large groups of family, and many family members are still stuck in 3D reality. So also take this into account, that these energies from others that are in 3D could be hard for us now to handle as our sensitivity keeps increasing. The energies of the ones that have not made any evolution yet, they will make evolution, but they may not have yet, becomes harder and harder for us to handle because they're still running on a program, and the program isn't based on truth or anything that's real or anything authentic. So they may not have done the work. They haven't done the work to become their authentic self. So when you're around them, you can feel that. And, many of us are empaths, so we can feel when a person is not being authentic. So we have to keep this in mind. And this can cause an energy drain because they want us to lower our energy to where they are. And something I always talk about is don't lower your energy for others. Maintain your energy so that others can raise their vibration and come to the level that you're on. So this is something very important, even around family members. Don't give them the satisfaction of lowering your energy when you're around them. And also now with Christmas coming and many people shopping at malls and things like this and crowded areas, this, with the energy increases, this can become also more draining. So there's a lot of other options to buy gifts for people. You can do many things online. You can go to spiritual stores that are more relaxed, spiritual atmospheres. There's many other options to take care of this. So, we still are, to a certain extent, our body, our body is still in 3D, even though our consciousness has moved to the higher realms. We still do exist in a certain amount in 3D here. So those are just some tips to get through the holiday seasons coming up. The energy surges are going to continue. They're only going to increase. We're going to be increasing in our ascension process. The energy has changed. I'll go into that later. But the energy has definitely changed. I've been reporting on the energy since 2010, 2011. So I'm aware of every energy change and what happens with it. So the energy is definitely different this year than all the other years, and this will continue to take place. I'm expecting 2016 to be very much, changes happening, extreme changes happening. So this is what I'm expecting. This is what I'm being told by my team in the higher realms. And this is all good. It's all good for all of us. So this whole ascension process is everything we wanted. So we need to be grateful for everything that happens to us in this ascension process, because we're here to transmute the dark and initiate change. And that's why we're all here. So we have to remember why we came here. Excuse me. So, happy holidays to everyone. Just maintain your energy. Be aware of what's going on around you. Be aware of the energy surges. Maintain your own authentic self during this time. And don't lower your energy for anyone else that you're around. So happy Thanksgiving. Love to everyone.